Up next is the nutrition segment, and we are in a Heritage Month, and today we are going to discuss something quite interesting. Now, when we mention Prɛkɛsɛ, what comes into the mind of most people is palm nut soup. But today there's going to be more to palm nut soup. We are going to learn about the magical benefits of Prɛkɛsɛ. I don't know how you call it in your local language, but this is what the Twi people call it, Prɛkɛsɛ. And I will also not attempt mentioning the botanical name. I'll let our guest help us with the botanical name because it's a mouthful. We have Akosua Yiadom, who is a state-registered nutritionist, and she's joined us today for our nutrition segment. Akosua, I will not attempt pronouncing
that's funny.
the botanical name of Prɛkɛsɛ.
Yes, you have to really rehearse.
Rehearse it.
Tetrapleura tetraptera.
Okay.
Zoe, let's go.
Tetrapleura
tetraptera.
Tetrapleura tetraptera. Whoa, that's a mouthful. All right, so thanks so much for joining us. I don't know how other natives or ethnic groups call it, but we know it's very common, Prɛkɛsɛ. Yeah, so the benefits of it, and as I said, for me, I've known Prɛkɛsɛ to be a very, major ingredient, especially when you're preparing palm nut soup. But you're going to tell us more about what we should expect, what we can derive from the Prɛkɛsɛ. So if you can walk us through what the benefits of Prɛkɛsɛ are or is.
Yes, so Prɛkɛsɛ, like the Twi people will call it, is Iodine. In Hausa, like the Nigerians will say Iodine. And there is another country, they call it Shosho or so. Yes, and there is iodine, there is iodine fruit or galbanum fruit. So depending on which one works for you. But Prɛkɛsɛ is accepted even by Wikipedia. So yes, you can feel free. Yeah. And as soon as you type Prɛkɛsɛ, Google will pop it up right now. So it means that we have something powerful and it is really accepted out there. Yes, I used to know that Prɛkɛsɛ was found in Ghana and in Israel, the whole world. Yes, but now Nigeria popped up too. So currently, but that's saying there is a school of thought, once they feel that it's coming from some part of the world, the other people would also want to be tagged with it. So they are saying a research should be done into it to really, come by the conclusion that, yes, you can find it in Ghana, in Israel, and in Nigeria. But I knew Ghana and Nigeria, Israel, sorry. Prɛkɛsɛ is very powerful. Yes, it is blessed with a lot of nutrients. So depending on how you are using it, for somebody it can be a spice. For somebody it can be a flavor because it is blessed with flavonoids. For somebody it can be a herb. For another person it can be a condiment. So depending on what you are using it for, and I know that as we walk through the benefits, we can know where it is a condiment, where it is a herb, where it is a flavonoid, and where it is really serving some magical benefits as far as postpartum women are concerned, as far as me and you, we are concerned, because there are three most important or major nutrients every postpartum woman will need, and that is potassium, iron, and calcium. And it is sitting in that powerful fruit.
All in
Prɛkɛsɛ. So there is a reason why I always say that our old folks never schooled like we did, but most of the things they were feeding our mothers, they were feeding us with, helped us. In fact, you meet an old folk. I went to the north for a research. The man is 90 plus and can still farm. So I'm like, there is something powerful about what these guys are eating. Next year, I hope to be on the van as we explore.
The caravan.
Yes, on the caravan. Hey, how did I say? Yes, and just help to explore our foods, what we really have here, because somewhere like the north, I don't know where I can fault them as far as nutrition is concerned. They have a whole lot of goodness, and I believe that as we go through some of these discussions, we will begin to appreciate our foods so that we stop putting pressure on our hearts, hypertension and other things. When we're eating what we had here, Zoe, we weren't having some of these things we have currently challenged with. And last 2 weeks, the president made mention of it. It's a serious thing now.
Yeah. Okay. So we've spoken about postpartum. Apart from and I also understand that it helps in the milk production.
Yeah. So I don't know if you can go through the benefits we have, if they are ready.
Okay.
So we have the first one. Can you help me go through so that I?
Okay. I'll find that in a bit.
Okay. So the first one, I remember, it takes care of our weight as far as people who want to lose weight are concerned. So our first point has to do with yes, it's on the screen. Weight loss. So it washes off fat. And last week we explained, but if you never watched our last week's episodes about the obesity, there are people who are big and they want to shed off some weight. Most of the times, what is contributing to you being big is the fact that you sometimes may have a lot of fat in there. So if you go to any good facility and you want to do check your vitals, some can go so deeper that they will check even your total fat and total water, because some people are becoming very big because of their high water intake, and some are also becoming very fat or big because of their high fat intake. So Prɛkɛsɛ being taken, especially as a juice, and as the conversation goes on, I will demonstrate or teach you how you can make the Prɛkɛsɛ juice. You taking it like that, let's say morning and evening, so it's your wake up thing and your shut down thing. Shut down means the last thing you take before you go to bed. Yes, will help wash off the fat in your body.
So it deals with the fat component in the system.
So it washes that, and it has an effect on hypertension, because I have said time without numbers that hypertension has to do with fat lining the passageway of blood. So if this is washing the fat in your body, it obviously means that that is a benefit you also get if you are hypertensive. For diabetes or diabetic cases, it helps to regulate the blood sugar. So what is diabetes? The body's inability to use or process, in a layman's language, the body's inability to use every glucose the body makes from the foods or the calories we consume. So if it is helping you regulate the blood glucose, then it means that it is taking care of your blood sugar, which obviously a spike is diabetes. Yes, and
the second one is the gastrointestinal disorders.
Yes, so we have people who constipate a lot. There are people, the least thing they have diarrhea. And there are some people, you can't place them at diarrhea, you can't place them at constipation. They just have stomach pains. It helps because of some properties as far as help to the your gastric health or your tummy health is concerned.
What about an ulcer patient?
It helps, even ulcer and asthmatic patients. So once it has to do with gastro, it means that anything that has to do with your tummy, and we know that ulcer patients, they have something wrong somewhere, let me put it that way for lack of better words, as far as the gastric health is concerned. Yes, and then we have, it aids in the production of milk. Yes, breast milk, I have said and I'll say it again, it's a thing of the mind. If a mother is stressed out, if a mother is depressed, it inhibits the production of breast milk. So we can say that it helps. As far as, yes, it aids, it helps, but it is not what is triggering the production. It is a thing of the mind, but it helps. Yes, it's a thing of psychology, but it also helps. For instance, some people prefer taking the roasted corn, the mashed cake with nuts, just to help them, because yes, obviously it is blessed with water. And your body needs water. You need the energy, even as a mother, Zoe. If I always tell mommies on the ward, if you are not strong as a mother, do you think that you have the appetite to even pick this baby and breastfeed? So yes, it is supposed to take care of the mother. In wound healing too, we know that after delivery, definitely certain things have gone wrong. Yes, there are tears here. There are some wounds. It's one of the biggest natural wounds a woman can have. Yes, and it helps as far as taking care of that. It has analgesic properties, and what that does is that it helps to take away pain or work on pain. So if you have any, even medication with analgesic properties, it means that it is helping you arrest pain. So we know that is why our old folks used to give them to our mothers. It treats fever, a whole lot of things.
Okay, but before you move to the fever and the others, you've spoken about how it helps or aids mothers, women, childbirth. Is there any particular thing? We know men also suffer some peculiar or diseases that are peculiar to men. Does it also aid in some of these things? We know what's it called, the cancers and all that. Does it aid the men also, or what's? I don't know if I'm putting my question right.
Well, what I would say is that it's for general well-being, and being a man, being a woman, we all need to be well as far as our overall health and physical well-being is concerned. And a thing about the gastrointestinal health, it affects men, it affects women, but obviously postpartum, you don't go through that. So there are some of these benefits that will work for a man. For instance, if you're a man and you have issues,
prostate, that's what I wanted to say,
cancers. Yes, it has benefits, but with some of these things, yes, enough research will need to be done as far as appreciating everything about it is concerned. So if I lift Prɛkɛsɛ concoction or juice and I come in front here at Citi and tell you, Zoe, it can take care of, it can make you have a lot of hair, you will look this way, it will do that. A man said, Edrobago 20 conditions, I'm not buying that. But I believe that once a lot of research goes into this, it will help us to really appreciate what we have. But I will vouch for Prɛkɛsɛ any day.
Okay, so if you don't know what Prɛkɛsɛ looks like, it's on the screen right now. That is Prɛkɛsɛ. So many benefits, and
in fact, we didn't even finish our benefits. But I know you so wanted to ask the question because you thought it was favoring the ladies, right?
Yeah, but we can still go through the rest of the benefits. Essential oils, and I'm also seeing as a mosquito repellent.
Because it is blessed with essential oils, and those oils, they serve as repellents as far as you and me and mosquitoes are concerned. Yes, because
so with that one, how do you use it?
You see, when our old folks are making the Prɛkɛsɛ, we are using it even for the palm nut soup. They first to put it in fire, like charcoal fire. Now we'll do it on the burner because, yes, I don't know how we do it on electric stove. But you put it in the coal pot with fire in there. Once you put it there, Zoe, if you do it in your kitchen here, almost everybody here will smell Prɛkɛsɛ. And mosquitoes don't like the smell because it repels them.
So that's a natural repellent. So
that's yes, an amazing repellent. You can just cut it into bits, add some pieces of fire, charcoal, yes, and then just let it sit there.
Okay, so if you're someone who, or if you live in an area that you have so many mosquitoes.
My area is blessed with mosquitoes.
Yes, so you can easily use it to repel them. Yes. And you're free of all
so we've spoken extensively as far as 11 major benefits. Yes. Okay. And so you can say that Prɛkɛsɛ is a blessed fruit. You don't need much to even have Prɛkɛsɛ. 5 cedis worth of Prɛkɛsɛ, Zoe, you can go with that for more than a month.
Okay.
Yes.
And it treats convulsion and epilepsy?
Yes, so it contains, it has anticonvulsant properties. So what it does is that once that is there, it means that it helps as far as treatment of convulsion is concerned. With epilepsy, it slows down the nervous system. So you realize that when I fall down and I'm shaking, like everything is like on a spike. Yes, so what happens is that once the nervous system is slowed down, it means that I don't know how to put it. Your nervous system has been slowed down because it is blessed with the anticonvulsant properties as far as convulsion is concerned. But with epilepsy, once your nervous system is slowed down, it means that it is helping to treat or make you better as far as you getting off that attack is concerned.
Okay, so now how to prepare it as a juice or drink?
Okay, so what you do is that you get some few pieces of Prɛkɛsɛ or iron fruit or carbonate fruit, whatever you want to call it. Yes, or your favorite word. Yes, so you chop them into a saucepan with water around it. So depending on the quantity you want, if you want 1 pint or 1,000 ml or 1 liter, yes, that's 1,000 ml. Yes, then you add it depending on the quantity. But let's say I want to make a glass, a teacup size of it. I'm lost because of our teacup sizes. Yes, because
your teacup sizes may be different from mine.
Let's use Ghana 60. The Ghana 60 cup.
Okay.
Yes. This is a glass. This is 8 ounce. But if you want to have it in a teacup, use the Ghana. We are using the Ghana at 50 teacup, please, because our teacups are big. Ghana, it's quite funny when you're talking about measurements. So you have 1 or 2 pieces of the fruit. You chop them, add water to it, boil. It's for 5 to 10 minutes just to make sure you are getting out every goodness. But if you can do more, fine. Why not? You are just bringing everything out. Then if it is a juice, Zoe, you can just add something little as far as ginger is concerned, stir, and then enjoy. Ginger powder for that matter.
Powder.
Yes, or you can take it just like that. That is if you want to make juice. If you want to make a drink out of it, then it means that you need to add syrup. So after boiling it, now you make syrup. That is water, sugar. Then you add it. And that will be a drink for you. So
can I add the hrentia and
that is very good. Peppercorns, cloves, whatever works for you. You can use just for flavor. There are people who want their stuffs minty, so you can add a bit of mint to it if you want it. Twist it how you want it. The most important thing is the prɛkɛsɛ. But as to how you go about it, but please, you don't go and add milk and other things and tell me that is your way of twisting your prɛkɛsɛ.
Okay, but when I add all these other spices, does it not reduce the benefits of the prɛkɛsɛ in any way?
When best meet best. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
For instance, if I'm using peppercorns or cloves, they are also blessed. And they also serve that same purpose. It can be used as a flavonoid or a flavor. It can be used as a condiment, as a herb, as a spice, depending on what you are doing with it. If I'm making a stew and I want to add cloves or peppercorns, then I'm using it as a spice or a condiment. But if I'm treating postpartum, I'm treating epilepsy, I'm treating convulsion with it, at that point it becomes a herb or something I will see as a medicine. Okay. So depending on how you want to use it, it will serve. It works.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you for
we
the
use
word.
it for soup, stew.
Soup. Oh, depending on because now technology is so good. We have prɛkɛsɛ powder.
Okay.
Gone were the days where we were just seeing the fruit, but now we have people making powder out of it. So why not? Because there are some homes they don't use these boiling cubes. We have around, yes, and they want the natural spices. They want the garlic, they want ginger, they want peppercorns, they want cloves. There is this blogger I so fell in love with, this lady in Dudu by Fafa. That lady, like she uses what we have here, and so I got interested in her blog because I'm like, yes, this is what we need because we have it. So they are blessed as far as goodness is concerned, and they are natural. You can't go wrong with natural. So if you want to add peppercorns, cloves, why not? They are excellent.
Okay, we've spoken about taking it in and all that. Now, when I finish with my juice, do I refrigerate it? Do I leave it in the open? How do I preserve it?
Okay, so
and how long can I keep it so it doesn't go bad?
This is not much of a work. So why do you want to make it and decide to keep for, let's say, 3 months? You can freeze it if you can, but once it's something that is easy to find, why do you want to go through the hassle of making them in bulk? At least just make a few. You can refrigerate them if you want. If you can do it always on the go, why not?
Okay.
Sorry.
Akosua, now we have a lot of people. Now, obesity is a problem.
Yeah.
And we have people who want to shed or lose weight. And now someone hearing that prɛkɛsɛ can do the magic will decide to take it on an hourly basis. Now, let's talk about abuse.
Yes,
what constitutes an abuse of the prɛkɛsɛ?
What I would say is an abuse is that when something is taking over the work of another thing. So now you hear that prɛkɛsɛ is good, for instance, like you just said, and I decide to put everything on hold. Now I'll make prɛkɛsɛ juice and that's my water. Somebody asked me a question about coconut water, and I said that you are no more wiser than God.
You're
coconut water is water. Water is water. Coconut water is coconut water. There's a reason why God created coconut water or coconut juice. Let me put it that way. It's not coconut juice. And also created water. Water is
cannot be
needed.
replaced.
Yes, because coconut juice contains some nutrients, potassium, vitamin E. I've spoken about that extensively more than twice on this platform. Yes, so it shouldn't take over the work of another. What you can do if you really want to shed weight and you are desperate to work with this Prɛkɛsɛ thing is to just, I said, your wake up thing and your shut down thing. Or you can make it 3 times in a day. One thing about these things when it comes to abuse is that, Zoe, you can't, I don't know if you can do it 1 hour within 24 hours, that is a serious thing. But make sure that you are going on with your normal routine. If I'm doing my normal routine of a breakfast, lunch, supper, my 2 healthy in-betweens, how do you think, Zoe, I'll have enough space to even finish my 8 glasses of water, take my 2 fruits, my 3 meals, and still have the capacity to have, let's say, 4 liters of Prɛkɛsɛ juice? No, do it. Moderation is key. Morning, afternoon, evening tops, or morning, evening.
Okay, so I have a question here. No name attached, but the person says, please, I want to know whether Prɛkɛsɛ can be eaten raw.
Well, it's like you telling me to eat garlic raw. I don't know how it go for me, but I always tell people, listen to your body. But I advise you to add it to something. You taking the juice is like you taking it raw. Because let's say I have Prɛkɛsɛ powder and don't even have the fruit. I'm just fetching, let's say, 1 teaspoon of the Prɛkɛsɛ powder, adding it to just water. That is raw for you. So I don't know how raw you, or if it's about you biting into the fruit, that is your definition of raw. But you taking the juice with hot water is another form of you having it raw.
Okay, finally, does it aid in the skin, the treatment? Can you dry it out or anything?
So good. It's so good. It has antibacterial and antimicrobial properties. And what that means is that it helps as far as our skin health is concerned. So yes, I would say yes, because of the antimicrobial and antibacterial properties.
Helps.
Yes, it helps.
Okay, all right. So that is it, Prɛkɛsɛ and its magical benefits. And of course, I don't know if you have any final words for us before we go with regards to the Prɛkɛsɛ and all.
Eat Ghana, use what we have, stay fabulous. Go check. As far as your health is concerned, just walk in there. I want to know my blood pressure. I want to know this. Yes, and then you can contact me if you need on 0243 350206 0243 350206 on Instagram. You can follow me for more of this. These at the Nutritionist Akosua,
Okay,
on Facebook, Nutritionist Akosua.
Is it in small letters, capital? I mean, so that...
IG small letters.
Yeah.
At the Nutritionist Akosua. On Facebook, Nutritionist Akosua. Yes.
All right, not on Twitter.
I'm on Twitter, LinkedIn. They are all Nutritionist Akosua. It's only on IG that is at the Nutritionist Akosua.
All right, thank you very much, Akosua.
Thank you, Zoe.
It's always a pleasure having you. Very educative.
Thank you so much.
We hope to see you hopefully next week.
Next year we are going.
And next year we'll be on the caravan. All right, so that's it for the nutrition segment. Akosua Konadu Yiadom is a state-registered nutritionist, and she came through helping us with the health benefits of Prɛkɛsɛ. I'll attempt mentioning the botanical name before I leave. Tetrapleura tetraptera.
Tetrapleura tetraptera.
Tetrapleura tetraptera. All right, I got it right. All right, so that'll be it. David will join us in the next segment, the food segment, and we would be also preparing something very indigenous. So you don't want to miss it. Just stay tuned. This is Breakfast Daily. Thanks so much. Just keep your messages coming. Use the hashtag Breakfast Daily. My name is Zoe Abu-Baidoo Addo.
We hope you've enjoyed the show. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and share with your friends. This is Breakfast Daily on Citi TV.
Join the Breakfast Daily team Monday through Fridays from 7:30 a.m. to 10. Join us for breakfast daily, only on Citi TV.